if we can, I want to ask you a couple questions about the Titans. Does that work for you?
Absolutely, we can do that.
Who are they going to draft?
At this point, it's Cam Ward.
Okay.
Cam Ward and no other. I mean, there's no other option at this point. This team is in a very quarterback needy era. And you never want to be recruiting or drafting for needs, but they are. And right now, you have a guy in Cam Ward that they believe is a playmaker for him. And not just that, his ability to be able to just play backyard football. When you have been as bad as they are, you have to have some element of excitement. You have to have a player that has it. And what I mean by that is we've all been around athletes, whether they're playing ping pong, whether they're playing basketball into a garbage can or to a milk crate. They're just good at it. And I feel like Cam Ward has that gene about him as it pertains to making everybody better and just having the playmaking ability. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they do go through with this pick. They've canceled their individual workout with Shedeur Sanders from this past weekend. So all signs point to it being the Cam Ward show moving forward in Nashville, Tennessee, because they do need it. Will Levis did not have a great season last year, and I think it was a little bit too much as it pertains to what he was asked to do. And it doesn't seem like there's ever too much for a guy like Cam Ward.
Ramon, you're very diplomatic with how you talked about Will Levis. I get it. You've had to cover the Titans this past year.
We told them, Caleb. We told them. They didn't listen. They said we were Kentucky haters, and I said no. To your point, Caleb, we saw where he was supposed to have his revenge game in Knoxville. And all we saw was interception after interception. We saw him go up to – we had to go to Lexington, and we bodied him. They called me a hater. I called myself an analyst. So, hey, I take the game as it gives itself to me. And he didn't give me a lot in Knoxville, which was a rivalry, night games. Never mind. I can go. But you're right. I was being very diplomatic right there.
Let me ask you this, Ramon. Ramon Foster joining us, former Vol. He's going to be the new color commentator for the University of Tennessee. I feel like I'm the only one that's making this argument, but I've watched Cam Ward. I've watched a lot of Shedeur Sanders. For some reason, I like Sanders more, and I feel like I'm the only one.
No, I'm with you, Dave, and I'm a Titans fan, and I'm with you.
Okay, Ramon, I mean, just your eyeballs, not what we're hearing. Who do you like more?
I like Shedeur more.
Too.
Thank you.
I like Shedeur more. I think for what this team should be looking for, somebody that can run an offense. Like I will say, I think Shedeur is more pro ready. I do. I think the ceiling for Cam is probably higher. And you guys know, like I know, they use that P word all the time, potential. His potential is through the roof. But I look at Shedeur and say, this guy's been mentored, coached, and just groomed to be an NFL quarterback. And I know the dynamic stuff that Cam does is awesome. But here's what my dream scenario would be, if I can be honest with both of you guys. I'm trading back.
Yeah.
There are too many holes and needs and just wants for a team that has no third-round pick. They have no real immediate future of being that good. So I know we've seen teams suck for luck. I've seen Cincinnati be bad for Joe Burrow. I've seen tank for Tua. What's one more bad season, right? When you need a buku of draft picks. I conceded about 2 weeks ago as far as trading back because everything points to Cam Ward. But in my dream scenario on how you truly and genuinely build a team, what was one of the first things that Coach Heupel did and his team was try to find bigs, right? I think this team's in a spot to where the Titans are in a spot where they don't have enough X players that can just take over a game. And I just don't know how long you have a guy in Cam Ward if you go after him with the group that you have around him. Every quarterback, well, I've only played for one really, Ben Roethlisberger. Great quarterbacks always want more weapons. I just don't know if this team is in a position to have only a first and second round pick, and then they don't pick until like 103 or 110. That's like, 60, 70 picks in between. Mm-hmm. So I'd much rather grab more draft picks, but I lost that battle about 2 weeks ago, y'all.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you could trade back and pick up a Jackson Dart, perhaps, later on.
Tyler Shuck out of Louisville.
Yep.
He can spin it.
Yep. Suck for Shuck.
So Ramon, I mean, I want to build off Dave's thing because you hurt me when you said Cam Ward because I really wanted Shedeur, and I'll be honest, I'm a Titans fan. I'm upfront about it. I don't hide. I have had a bad habit of being right and opposing every quarterback the Titans have taken since they got rid of Vince Young. I did not like the Jake Locker pick. I did not like the Marcus Mariota pick, and I did not like the Will Levis pick. I wasn't unique about Will Levis. Like you said, everybody who ever watched SEC football opposed that pick.
You knew.
But yeah, but I see with Shedeur, I get all the things you talk about with the holes with the Titans, but he seems so mature and so ready. Couldn't he be like almost like be the type of quarterback that could absorb like a really bad rookie year the way Peyton Manning did at Indianapolis in '98? Couldn't he have that type of trajectory?
Well, I go with that also. Like that's the way I feel like Shedeur Sanders has been built. Like, bad moments are gonna happen. You understand the flow of the game, and sometimes here's the other side. You know when to concede. Like that's one of the flaws and bonuses of Cam Ward from what we've been told and what I've seen is never die. Never die also creates turnovers. Never die also puts your team in bad situations. I think Shedeur does have to work on getting rid of the ball and not taking sacks just because, he has to feel like he's the guy all the time. But his offensive line has been trash. Only contingency is this. Cam Ward is worn at every place he's been in. He's got an amazing amount of reps in college, so you love that. I'm just of the mindset that it's not a bad label to be a system quarterback, and I just so happen to like Shedeur Sanders' system of operating just a little bit better.
I agree. All right, so Ramon, you'll be doing the Tennessee games, UT games on Saturday. Is there a chance you're going to run back and do the Titans games on Sunday?
Absolutely not. Like I said, I love Kirk and his ambition, Kirk Herbstreit, but that is a lot, man. On top of my boys play sports too. So that Sunday actually gives me my day back to actually see them do their stuff and all that type of jazz.
How many kids you got, Ramon?
2 boys, man, 16 and 12. My 16-year-old is a baseball player, man, pitching first base, right field. And my youngest is he's a football player, but he's still doing all 3 sports right now, man. We came to the game this past year. We came to the opener. Who did the Vols open up with this year? UT Chat?
Yep.
UT Chat. And it was kind of cool, man, to see my youngest say, Dad, I'm going to run out of that T one day. Like, he told it to his mom, but she told me later, and that was some cool stuff right there. So we'll see if I can train him up to be a guard at UT.
And we're very nice, Ramon, because we didn't ask him to elaborate on his Steelers situation at quarterback right now.
Listen, I'm not sold on Aaron Rodgers just because what version of it are you going to get? And then there's this side for me. So like everybody for the most part in Pittsburgh commits to the offseason. I know Aaron Rodgers is a walking gold jacket. Okay, he is going into the Hall of Fame for, as soon as he's done, is the way I look at him. But is he going to get to Pittsburgh to learn the playbook? How is he going to be with his teammates? And are we going to get the New York Jets version of him?
Yeah. Well, I'm Ramon too. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I respect the Steelers. I think they're the best run franchise in the NFL. And it surprised me that they were willing to wait as long as they did and just kind of get strung along.
So that's what I've never seen happen in Pittsburgh. I've never seen them wait on somebody. I've never seen them give it up to where a player dictates what happens. The only player that's kind of ever really did that is, Ben was allowed to go out on his own terms, but for a guy that's been serving you for 20 years, you somewhat allow that to happen. Heck, even Troy Polamalu didn't even have the opportunity to do it the way he wanted to. So we'll see.
All right, buddy. Ramon, have a fantastic day. Congratulations again. You're going to absolutely knock it out of the park. It's a great hire. Mike Keith's awesome as well. So I'm happy for you, man.
No doubt. Thank you guys for having me, man.
See you, buddy. Ramon Foster, 104.5 The Zone. You can hear him every morning, and he's fantastic.